Hello everyone, and welcome to the brand new Dutchtown Resort channel. We are a small and cozy resort located in the heart of the small town, Dutchtown, Utah. I welcome all of you to look in the description below to find our phone number, website, and our other social media pages. Please call and ask us questions. Follow us on our other social media platforms and comment down below of what you found interesting in this video or what would you like me to go over about the resort. Since it is close to Halloween, and I should say very close indeed, I have decided to look up some stories from around the Flaming Gorge area and Utah in general. This story was interesting, but of course you could be skeptical about everything, and this is one you wouldn't normally accept lightly. But it makes for an interesting story to think of next time you float down the Green River. So let us dive into this short but intriguing story of what may or may not be. So for these two stories I have for everyone, I will be reading them like I'm just reading the story itself that I got from online, and I will also post links to where I found these stories down in the description below. Now let's get started. So the story I have first is called Ghost on the Green River. So along on the Green River near Flaming Gorge, there is a lovely spot where river rafters like to launch their crafts. My husband and I were to rendezvous with several friends for a day on the river. As we waited for everyone to arrive, I wandered the surrounding area until I found myself on a promontory overlooking the Green River and the spectacular red canyons beyond. Here I sat down on a low rock, turned my face toward the sun, and closed my eyes, feeling deliciously warm and a little bit sleepy. That is when I felt it. Less than a touch, but more than a whisper. Something was keeping me company. Well, something or someone. This is the part of my tale where I sound like a crazy woman. My new friend, the whispery presence, let me know that this is a special place where he used to sit and keep lookout, watching and waiting, while fashioning arrowheads to fill the long hours. He told me he had lost one of his arrowheads here, and if I would simply brush through the earth at my feet, I would find it. I didn't doubt for a moment that I would indeed find his missing treasure, so I slowly reached down, gently pushed aside the dirt and rocks at my fingertips, and gazed at the small gray arrowhead. So there we have it, folks. I know not a trembling story, but still one about where our resort is located. This next story I have for everyone is about a little small town called Linwood that now lies beneath plenty feet of water. The first of the concrete to build the Flaming Gorge Dam was poured in 1960. The dam was completed 2 years later, making it one of the largest in the American West. It was built as part of the Colorado River Storage Project, but before the dam, the 91-mile stretch of this reservoir covered rich woodlands, a small town, and a history of folklore. It was truly the Wild West that once lived below the waters of the reservoir. Before the Flaming Gorge Dam was built, the Green River was an untamed behemoth that could wash away what was in its path. Roy Webb, a river historian at the University of Utah, said, "Now it's just this little limp stream below the dam in those days. The Green could run up to 20,000 cubic feet per second. It would be a huge muddy flood that would take out trees, ranches, ferries, and cattle." Webb has written a book on the Green River. Webb says in the 1800s the Green River was rich in folklore, especially when it came to raging waters at Ashley Falls. There was a block as big as the room that had fallen into the river and had blocked the way the whole river. Early river runners, they would always worry about Ashley Falls. They would write in their journals, "Oh, I'm so concerned about Ashley Falls," Webb said. "Rumors whirled as fast as the waters." They built up these big legends about it. Ashley drowned. There were cannibalism, none of which happened, but it made for a great story, he said. Other stories that were rooted more in the truth than tall tale was when it came to the famous or infamous outlaws of the day. The Wild Bunch were certainly regular visitors of Linwood, Webb said. The reason that the whole area is so remote, those cabins in the Green River were a perfect place for them to travel without being seen. Linwood is a town that now lies beneath the expanse of waters that comprise the reservoir. Linwood was just a little sheep ranching town, Webb explained. Most of the time there was probably 70 or 80 people who lived there, but when they were doing the shearing, they could get 2,000 people there. By the 1960s, the residents were forced to move to make way for the Flaming Gorge Reservoir. Remains of the town were either moved, razed, or burned. Much of its history was submerged underneath the water that now lies above. There was also a notorious saloon called the Bucket of Blood that had bullet holes in the walls, and a lot of outlaws were supposed to have gone through and stayed there. The Bucket of Blood was built right on the state line so that if an outlaw was in there having a drink and a sheriff came in, they could just step out the back door and he'd be in a different state and out of the sheriff's jurisdiction, Webb said. That is all for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed both of these stories. If you found this video interesting or you enjoyed it, please do give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscription button to follow along with our journey with all that we have to offer here at Dutchtown Resort. Thank you for watching and have a great Halloween, everyone!